Welcome back to the C Morning Show. It's time for our business talk segment. We have Sukor Sekuritas Online Trading Head Daniel Wiguna here in the studio to talk about this week's market recap. Good morning, Daniel. How are you?
I'm good, Aline, as well as the market,
Ooh, nice. We're waiting for the rebound of our domestic market. So thank you once again for dropping by. So let's talk about what sentiments that affect this week's market, as well as if we look for next week.
Okay, so from this week until next week, maybe we will talk a lot about the US inflation and also the Fed decision, because both of these things will influence a lot of market global sentiment, including in our domestic market, because it will also influence how our Indonesia Central Bank taking their decision whether they want to cut the domestic rate faster than the Fed, or maybe to stay on the current level. And also we will talk more about the trade balance, because our trade balance
it's not as bright as before.
As before, we only see like 400 million US dollar in their in our trade balance. It's totally different than last month. It would be around 3.94 billion US dollars.
Wow, so, declining surplus for Indonesia
a lot
trade balance.
So we afraid that this downtrend on our trade balance can continue furthermore, and it will affect our currency level. But yeah, let's talk more about the US
by
inflation.
one. Yes, so US inflation has been easing in May, the lowest in 2 years. What are the notes from Sukor?
Yes, we already project this in our research on March, because we see that there's no point in the Fed keep raising their rates, because we see that if the Fed keep doing this, they will got recession by the end of this year. So yeah, why? Because the core inflation level is already like lowering down since 2 months ago. So this downtrend is already like expected. But the part that we need to take notes is the core inflation rate, which is still around 5%. So US inflation rate going down to 4% beyond people's expectation, because they expect it would be around 4.2 or 4.1. So 4% is a good number for start, which is already in our projection. We project that there will be a rate cut. If it's not in June, maybe it's on July. But if
pretty optimistic, I think, because other research that I read, they expect the current rate level to stay at this current level, meaning the Fed will maintain the level but not pivoting.
Not pivoting,
yes.
on this meantime, maybe.
Yeah, for at least for this year, 2023.
Yes, I couldn't agree more, but we also got data from the Goldman Sachs economists, and they said that the rent of the car rent level in the US will be lowering down by the next 3 months. So this signal that the inflation level of in the US will also be lower than this on May level. So maybe the Fed will think about cutting their rates even sooner, because we already see that in the Europe they already got technical recession from Q4 2022.
Do you expect
and
like
Q1
US
2023
will experience mild technical recession this year?
Mild technical recession, it might be, but yeah, if the Fed do their pivot action like in this 1 or 2 months, 1 or 2 months forward, maybe they will like can avoid the technical recession.
So it's better for the Fed to cut the rate before they are being forced to cut the rate due to the recession.
Yes, and we expect also this might be a good chance for investor to think about riskier asset, of course, because
they have started it so early in the U.S. Look at the U.S. stock markets; they've been on rally, but it's still sideways for Indonesian domestic market.
Because our current capital level is going back to the U.S. Maybe this will happen for like 1 or 2 months in the U.S. For short term only, and after then. People will rethink to see the macroeconomic level on each country, which our country is one of the best on our macroeconomic level. So in the meantime, maybe a lot of investors still think about switching to rupiah, not only in dollars. Some part of their capital, they can switch to rupiah to stand by maybe until the pivoting event coming, and also when our central bank also cutting our rates, maybe this will be a good momentum for people to go for riskier assets.
When is the estimate pivot?
The pivot might happen.
Policy from
from Indonesia. From Indonesian bank maybe in Q3 2023. So maybe on August, September, and October, maybe we can see that our Indonesian bank will like cutting our rates also, and we hope for that also.
We hope for that. So we've seen some foreign inflow coming in to Indonesia, but mostly to bonds, right? Instead of coming to the equity market.
Yes. They try to do like hedging first to wait and see for the equity level, or maybe the appetite of the investor raising up. So yeah, we can see this in our composite index, and we will talk about this. But before that,
later, don't spill it right now. So we want to talk about the trade balance. We can see the trade balance here. Indonesia is seen as a country with strong fundamental, resilient. Our rupiah is very strong, one of the best currency compared to its peers. And then we have less external risk as well. But now, what used to support our economy is the surplus from the trade balance, and also our balance of payment, the positive balance of payment. But now we've seen a signal of decreasing surplus in our trade balance. Daniel?
We can see it. We can see these things by two sides of the coin, the good side and the bad side, because the positive side.
Is that a good side of it?
Yes, that's why we should see it in both ways, right?
Okay.
The good side is we still have surplus, and the bad side is also we have still surplus in a way that it already like lowering down like a lot, because
this is because of the declining commodity prices.
Not only the declining commodity price, but what we really afraid is the declining of the demand, because we see the export demand, the export level is only like 0.9%. Increasing by last month, and the import level is 14.9%. Well, this is the part that we're afraid, because if the trend keep going like this, we cannot see like a surplus by next month. So we hope that there is still changing in this supply and demand, not only in commodity, but also in like capital things, working capital things that people like to import. And it is like a machine from Japan, from China, and from South Korea. So they can import around 1 billion only in May 2023. So this kind of demand, if this keep increasing, and it will like make our trade balance not in surplus condition anymore by next month.
Yeah, I think if you look at the data from the PMI, it's also softening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Softening. But in PMI, we can see that it is a positive side, right? Because our economy is like going faster than before. We can see like a good economic growth, but I think it's not quite good news for our trade balance. I think we need to push some numbers, some export numbers, so it can be balanced. So we still can see surplus by
Do you think that
next month.
this has something to do with the Chinese
Reopening economy,
which
yes.
was not as strong as expected by the market?
From China, I think yes, it gives a lot of influence, but it's not as fast or as better as last year, because they just reopened their economy. So what we afraid, if these things keep happening, it will like suffer our currency level. Our currency level now is on the spot market is around 4,800 to 15,000. If our trade balance going on a negative level, it can be more than 15,000. Maybe we can see 15,200 or 15,300. Well, this is not good for our macroeconomic data, because investor will rethink about investing in our country. But at least we still can see like a good foreign exchange reserve level, and our country is still on a good GDP level. We're still increasing. So yeah, we hope that this trade balance can be trade balance level can be like have something to do with our export level by next month.
Yes, and let's talk about the Bank Indonesia or the BI 7-day reverse repo rate. You say that we expect there will be a pivot from our central bank in the third quarter of this year.
In the near 3 or 4 months forward.
Because the inflation level right now is matching to Bank Indonesia's target, right, of 4%, and they achieved this earlier than they planned.
Yeah, and maybe we project that Bank Indonesia will cut our domestic rate even faster than the Fed. This already happened in 2007.
Ahead the curve.
Yeah, ahead the curve. So to protect our and to keep our inflation level like in a good condition, and also to keep our GDP level also in a good condition, because we already see that the money flow in our market is already bigger, increasing than the last quarter. So yeah, I think if Indonesia Central Bank keep doing this, our inflation level might get higher than before. So yeah.
We are expecting a bullish Jakarta Composite Index, because it's been stagnant
for quite
some time.
2 months. Yeah, 2 months. We see like 2
we
or
would
3
like
months.
to discuss it.
Yeah, let's discuss it in a bigger screen.
Yes, indeed, because we want to see where the Jakarta Composite Index will move next, because our bond market has been good, but yeah, as we see from here, the Jakarta Composite Index seems to be sideways.
Sideways, yeah. Yes. Sideways in 6,600 level to 6,700 level. This level, we just see a breakout in 6,700, and we hope that by that red line that we already project, we hope that this level can keep raising up to 6,795 by the end of the week. This is what we hope. We hope that, and we project that.
When can we confirm that we are
by the end
officially rebound?
The official rebound, maybe we still project that if the composite index can go past the 6,800 level, we can see it as a strong rebound. Yeah, because we still see this as a short rebound. We don't know if this level can continue by next week. So that's why we put some support level around 6,575 to 6,600
Okay, yes.
on our support level.
Can we enter the market before it confirmed
Of course.
to rebound?
If some investor want to do some speculative trading or a front run, maybe they can see it in automotive sectors. Which is still good because we see one of their stock, which is Astra International. Their level is not increasing as high as the big banks level because they usually do. They
usually move together.
Yeah, and they usually move together. We already see increasing level in Unilever Indonesia, but we haven't seen it in Astra International. So that's what we expect.
Disclaimer on ASII, one blue chip stock, can be monitored.
Yeah, can be monitored, and also in some of the commodity stocks in energy sectors, which is commodity, yes.
Some investors
still rooting for commodity.
Really?
because we see that there is a dividend sharing by
PTVA.
From PTVA by this month.
But be careful on the X date because we have -15 auto rejection level.
Auto rejection level that we need to look for because usually after the X date,
people dump the stocks right away for the short-term
people sell and
traders.
people dump the stocks. But well, this is what we need to be careful about.
Yeah. Other sector that you find interesting?
Other sector,
you mentioned earlier about property, but you're not really sure about it.
We don't really sure because we don't see the big money came into the property. The real big money came into the property. Well, but for
but some stocks have booked gains.
Yes, some stock have gains. We see that Alam Sutra Realty is still good. Pakuwon also is still good because they have like a lot of land banks from their fundamental level, which is like this land bank level can support their fundamental data. So people still like accumulating on both of that stocks. But we haven't seen like bigger capital trying to accumulate their stocks. So yeah, maybe if we want to find like some short trade profit, we can see it on automotive first, and the second one would be in energy, and the third one will be in property. Most of people asking about the digital banks, but we still
do they expect the digital banks to rebound once the interest rate cut?
We expect.
You expect? Which digital bank? Disclaimer on.
Yeah, disclaimer on. We expect because we want to chip more into digital banks, such as Arto. Arto already got like increasing.
Has been on downtrend for so many months.
And they have like a major technical rebound. But we haven't seen it on BBYB or other digital banks.
You expect smaller cap digital banks to follow?
Yes, but the part that we still cannot confirm is their fundamental in their report, in their quarterly report. If their quarterly report shows like positive bottom line, this part we can use this part to convince investor to chip in more into the digital banks.
Thank you for some trading ideas for this week. Daniel Wiguna, Head of Online Trading on Sukor Sekuritas. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much
this morning. And now let's take a break, but we have more updates from around the world when we return, so stay with us.